rent a house, our people wire it with hidden cameras and microphones. Volunteers from the online watchdog group Perverted Justice act as decoys, go into chat rooms with a profile that includes a picture that's unmistakably underage, and they sit and wait. And the next thing you know, the guy is knocking on our door, trying to have a sexual liaison with a 12, 13, or 14-year-old boy or girl. What's great about going back to the raw tapes is we can look at things that give us a better idea of how these guys' minds work. Why does a 56-year-old man on his lunch hour walk into a house where he thinks a 13-year-old boy is home alone? How do you get there? Initially, we looked at it, okay, we'll take some of this from this guy, some of this from that guy. We only have an hour. This is an opportunity to dig a little deeper, to look a little closer, and to understand who these guys are. Fairfax County, Virginia was significant. It was our second investigation. We had a better house, arguably a better location. I was more comfortable. You know, you're always a little bit anxious, but you know, at least my heart wasn't in my throat the whole time. I could breathe just hours into the investigation. The first visitor came bounding in like he owned the place. I mean, this guy sent photos of himself performing oral sex on another man to somebody he thought was 13. And like so many of the other men who ultimately visited us in Fairfax County, Virginia, this guy was a prominent member of society.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning in an AOL chat room. This 54-year-old man, screen-named Red BD, messages a 13-year-old boy named Conrad, saying, "I'm prowling for young men." What he goes on to say, and the pictures he sends are so graphic, we had to carefully edit them before putting them on television. And as you'll hear when we read from his chat log, it's clear Red BD knows what he's doing is wrong.
You're only 13?
Yeah.
That's rape.
Dude, I tell you that before.
Yes, I remember.
Oh, okay.
Just you're so young. I've never been with a young man like you, but I would like to.
Oh, geez.
While the two are chatting online, we conduct a background check and are absolutely shocked by what this man does for a living. And now he's in our kitchen after making a date for sex with a boy he thinks is 13.
By watching these guys before I have my interaction, says to me they're either very comfortable taking part in this activity, or they've done it before, or they've spent so much time chatting online with someone they think is a teen that they don't believe there's any danger at all. Now, earlier in the chat, he had talked about going out to dinner with his girlfriend and then perhaps coming over to meet the boy after that. And just as he finishes that ha ha ha, he turns around and I walk into the room. And you see this physical reaction on his part. And he knows that his life is about to change. See a reaction on his face. And that pretty much seals the deal. He wants to know right then and there who I am. And so I tell him. It's the only time, really, where somebody actually physically lunged at me. Now, looking back, I really don't think I was in much danger. But you can see how the security system works. Our guy stepped in, took care of it, and diffused the situation.
You've got to stop this.
Sit down. Sit down.
You don't have any
You're
right
free to leave any time. We got phone calls from him for months. And he was downright mean. He blamed us for his situation. And we offered him the chance to do an interview. He initially said yes, but only if we didn't show the video from the house, didn't show his face, or identify what he did for a living. And obviously, those were conditions we could not meet. In this investigation, unlike the more recent ones, we did not have police doing a parallel investigation. These guys walked away. We did, however, interview the Fairfax County, Virginia police afterwards, and Perverted Justice supplied police with the chat logs. So ultimately, a lot of these guys were prosecuted.
We'll see.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, hold on a second. I gotta change my shirt. Yeah.
Okay.
It's full day. Look on me. So, I gotta ask, you still gonna be up for tonight after seeing your girlfriend?
We'll see.
So I'm going to help you.
No, man. It's
Why don't you have a seat there? Go ahead, have a seat. What are you doing here? I suggest you sit. And take your hands up. What are you doing?
Not something good.
Why don't you tell me what your plan was?
I don't want to be. This isn't good.
Not good. That's kind of an understatement, isn't it? Who are you here to see?
Can I know who you are, please?
I want to know a little bit more about why you were here at first.
I'd like to know who you are, please. Let's see some identification.
Well, I'm happy to tell you who I am. But I also want to go over some of this chat log with you. It appears from this that you were setting up a meeting with a 13-year-old boy. I have the transcript right here, so you might as well tell me all about it.
Well, I don't need to say anything.
Okay, you're only 13. Yep, 13. Living in Herndon. For a 13-year-old, you handled yourself pretty well. Maybe I'll send you my pics. So you pretty much thought you were coming here to meet a 13-year-old boy named Conrad.
I have a transcript of an email.
Do you have anything to say for yourself? I like sucking and being sucked. I like to kiss. What do you do for a living?
Or rabbi.
A rabbi. Now, presumably, you counsel families and children in your position as a rabbi.
Sure.
Children.
30 years.
What are you doing as a man of God, as a rabbi, in this house, trying to meet a 13-year-old boy?
I'm really. I don't want to do anything that's going to further make you angry.
I'm not angry.
You're coming across in a very angry and authoritative sense. I've asked you for identification as to who you are, and you've yet to show it to me. Right now, all that's happened is that I'm sitting in a house.
And you
with somebody.
sent pornographic pictures through the mail.
So-
Okay, that's a federal offense right there.
Look, you know I'm in trouble, and I know I'm in trouble. I am not interested in getting any further in trouble. This is not something that I've done.
You've never done this before. You know, because I hear that a lot.
I don't understand why I can't pass some identification.
I'm more than happy to tell you who I am. I am Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on computer predators.
Oh, no. Come on, guy.
Oh, dang.
You don't want to touch anybody. You don't want to.